Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 9th episode of our Proppy podcast. My name is Vivian Chong. I'm the ESG advocate of ProppyApp, and I am thrilled to be hosting another episode of our Proppy podcast. And it's really amazing to see all of you here today, both in our live Zoom session right now, as well as our listeners and viewers on our Podbean and YouTube channels. Before we start, I'd like to thank all of our fellow faithful Proppians who have joined us week in and week out on this amazing journey, supporting our weekly Saturday night Mandarin Proppy shows and also Sunday night English podcast sessions, since we started back in October of last year, right? And if you're watching us or listening to us for the first time, we would like to also encourage you to like, subscribe, and share this podcast to your social media channels as well. And I am joined tonight by two of our co-founders, Mr. Evan Ngow and Mr. Sean Yap.
Hi.
Yes. And we would like to introduce to you to our project on what we do, why we do what we do, and what you may be missing out. I'm both honored and very excited that I've been given this opportunity to stand alongside these two corporate giants, who are very widely acknowledged in their respective industries. I've shared before, right, in the past sessions, I think, how when I shared our invitations to my friends, and some of them recognize Sean.
You know who is Sean, not?
Yeah. Now I know.
Now you know who Sean is, huh?
Oh, of course. And actually, Sean too encountered the same thing when he shared pictures with Ivan that day, right?
And you know now who is Ivan.
Yeah, exactly.
And after tonight, everyone will know who Vivian Chong.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's really an honor for me to be able to host this session and having both of them here with me tonight. Yes.
It's our honor as well.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Mr. Sean Yap is a man with many gifts and talents. He's a Chevening scholar with an MBA degree from London and a first-class honors electronic and electrical engineering graduate. He was awarded the Institution Prize as a best student by the Council of the Institution of Electrical Engineers in the 1996. And Sean is currently the Malaysian chair of the $1 Million Roundtable, the MDRT. Which is the premier global association for life insurance agents, where only the top 3% of agents are inducted into this group annually, right, Sean?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Oh, and also Sean had an outstanding early career in engineering spanning 15 years, where he delivered projects worth more than 60 million ringgit as the project lead in the automation industry. And we also have Mr. Evan Ngow, who joins us as our Chief Marketing and Communications Officer. And his depth of experience includes leading an award-nominated PR and media world tour when he was the Chief Communications Officer of a global crypto startup in Singapore in 2018.
What happened to the most bodacious, most awesome? What happened to that?
There's much that I have to add in, so I have to skip that part. and Ivan is an engagement specialist, a corporate change catalyst as well. And he has led and conducted training and engagement sessions with global multinationals in Malaysia and around the region as well, with clients ranging from sovereign wealth fund managers, top regional financial institutions, top tier local companies and GLCs, and multinationals like Amex, Nestle, OCBC, Maybank, Co-op, and many more. So it is indeed a privilege to have someone with your breadth of experience and capabilities to helm our marketing and communications activities and Proppy.
Impressive.
Well, thank you, Vivian, for such a stellar introduction. Well, you.
I had too much to say.
You are yourself quite a talent too, okay? And you are indeed a rare breed of high achiever who did not conform to the norm and joined the corporate race like all of us. When you graduated, you started your own business even before you graduate. So that takes a lot of grit, and I have always admired you for your determination and tenacity. So that's characteristics of a true entrepreneurs. So I'm really glad that you're here with us as one of our core properties, truly a star. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Well, today I'm glad to start this off, lah. I'm glad to start this off and take this opportunity to share what we do, why we do what we do, and what you may be missing out. In other words, we are going to tell you a secret tonight. All right. So this is our Proppy secret. So we're hoping to share insights into our technology, what is driving Proppy, and an innovation that we will bring to the property tech market. We will also share insights into our market proposition and our differentiating factors, and why we believe we are unique. And finally, later on at the end, we will probably end it with an introduction of our team, lah. Right, so let's get started. Well, as you all may already know, we are all in what the World Economic Forum calls the fourth industrial revolution. Now, this is something which everybody is aware of. But what is IR 4.0? People and communities around the globe are far more connected right now than ever before. All right, and businesses are clamoring to be on the digital platform. And this is even more exacerbated and accelerated by COVID-19 last year. And finally, the digital revolution is here. But beyond that, I think customer expectations in the digital world have also never been higher than before. Now, because of that, you will see there's a huge power imbalance that exists right now between buyer and seller. What used to be the seller's advantage, whereby the sellers normally they will hold the narrative, they will come to the market with information of what they want to sell, what they have to educate their customers. Now, in the information age, this dynamic has been turned on its head. Customers are now able to find solutions on their own via the internet, right now, or maybe 10 other companies that are doing the same, all in the palm of their hands, right? Not Sean?
Yes, certainly, Ivan. I agree with you. Being in the business, dealing with a lot of clients on day-to-day basis, I realized that customers nowadays are more informed, more educated, and more adept to go online or mobile. In fact, we use our mobile phones for almost everything, especially during the pandemic. We use mobile phones to buy food, buy goods online. We do banking and transactions online. We even do document signature online.
Everything can be done, KYC all online already nowadays, actually.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I would say the world is truly at our fingertips nowadays. The digital revolution has truly changed our lives and created a lot of new opportunities for us like never before. So the question is, how do we as a business respond to it? How do we stand out from the rest and stay at the top of the game? And in the business world, normally people will ask how to differentiate to gain competitive advantage, isn't it, Vivian?
Indeed, Sean. Realizing and knowing this fact, we created Proppy. And what is Proppy? Let me tell you more about it. It's an all-in-one portal. It leverages on the power of AI to create an infrastructure that helps users on our platforms become better informed buyers and sellers. And we are helping homeowners, home buyers, property agents, and everyone else within the property-related ecosystem, including other property-related service providers as well, to make their buying and selling a home or home-related items more seamless, easier, and personalized.
So in essence, we are disrupting the property tech market, and our vision is to revolutionize the property industry and become the world's leading property-based all-in-one portal. But then, what problems is it that we are really solving that the current platforms aren't already doing? Let's look at it.
Well, so let's look at what the currently so-called PropTech platforms are doing. I'm sure everybody here knows about these two companies in our heart. One of them is I company and the other one is the P company. These are the company that offer property listing that allows property buy, sell, and rental in this region for the last 15 years. When they appear in year 2006 and 2007, they really disrupted the traditional property listing method, where in the past, property listing was mainly placed in the newspaper classified ads or magazines. One of the advantages of this platform had over the traditional analog way was their extensive market and consumer reach. It is a platform that property agents can quickly place their listing and sell their properties. And for a decade, it has ruled the property tech market.
I remember using it also. I remember using it when I was in Singapore. When I had to move to Singapore, and I actually had to go and rent a place. So I actually used them as well.
Yeah, it has been a very popular platform.
That's right.
And iProperty even reached a market valuation at acquisition with 543 million USD in year 2016. Wow. What a tremendous feat then. However,
Truly.
we are now in 2021, and we have seen how technology has evolved. And yet, most, if not all, the existing property, tech players like these two companies has remained the same without much technology application in depth. So their technology application is still pretty primitive. It is still a mono-layer application, and there are certainly rooms for further innovation to grow. And this is where Proppy aims to fill up the gap.
And Proppy empowers everyone to be smarter by leveraging the power of AI and driven by data. And we are living in the era of information, right? But the challenge isn't really the lack of information or data. The challenge is more to how we utilize and make this information and data work for us.
We have heard of this before, right? Data is the new oil. I think if you want to actually do a comparison, data in the 21st century is what oil is in the 20th century.
Exactly.
But actually, it's not all just about the data. I think that's where the problem is. It's how we analyze the data and how we use it. So the value that Proppy brings to buyers and sellers on our platform is its ability to provide our users with insights. The keyword is insights. We give them more accurate and pointed information about the buyer and seller. So like what they like or what they prefer, the kind of what they are looking for. So we help collect and analyze these data. Now it gives you valuable insights so that you can become an informed investor or buyer or seller. So you will become a better buyer and a better seller. Now the easiest way and the best way to explain AI to you is whenever you use Google, when you drive, or even when you go shopping on any of the social media or Facebook or other sites, right?
I can totally relate to that, Evan.
I say that
really
for you, and I say that for you because I know you go shopping, and I know you
go shopping as well.
How do you know?
Don't we all love shopping, right?
Yeah, we do.
Well, have you had the experience, whilst you're browsing a particular site and then maybe accidentally or even deliberately click on a site to view a product or an item, and then you may or may not want to buy it, and then suddenly all your other Google-based sites or Facebook and the social media sites, they started pushing advertisements similar to that product you were just looking at to the top of your wall. And that's the power of AI.
Now that, and this is truly the real disruptive and transformation power of Proppy. The ingenuity of this project isn't just in the novelty, whether it's AI or blockchain or IoT. I mean, this is the buzzword that is out there right now. But actually, it's in the simplicity. After all, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication, right? I mean, Leonardo da Vinci said that. But don't be fooled. It may. You may think it's simple. It may seem simple, but the infrastructure and process flow that is required, to integrate every aspect of the entire property market, whether it's buying or renting or selling properties, or even incorporating other peripheral property-related services, that the homeowners will require into one single platform that is completely powered by AI. Now that is the ultimate sophistication.
And therefore, Proppy enables and empowers users with these three values. First of all, giving a more accurate information via our integrated AI platform, and also a more comprehensive insights of the market via data analytics, and the ability to take action based on an informed decision, whether it's self-directed or via a third-party enabler.
So it's all about choices, lah.
Yes.
It's all about choices. Giving the market that choice, isn't it?
Yeah, true. And Proppy actually helps to capture all the information and data, analyze it both internally and externally, and share this information that is relevant to the users. And users can then finally make those powerful and desired decisions, whether for business as a property agent or merchant, or be it buying or selling a property, or simply just helps everybody to be a better informed homeowner or investor. So at Proppy, we can create a conducive environment where everything is up for sale for the right price. Now, users, be it agents or merchants or even property owners, are all empowered to make informed decisions with the useful and to a great extent personalized information provided by Proppy. And this all can be found on this platform.
And let us show you how. Right, first of all, users or would-be users who are browsers and potential buyers, renters or sellers, they come to our app either by referral or just by downloading from Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. And then they register as a user by inputting their name and contact number or email. And just like that, they get 5 Proppy points as reward. And if the registration is done via a referral code, then the referral will also be rewarded with 5 Proppy points. So it's not only free to download, you get free money via Proppy points because each Proppy point is worth $1. And the AI system, which is called ProppyApp, he will then prompt the user to input their home details. And for every positive input of data into the system, Proppy will reward the users with Proppy points. And with that, you move from users to owner in the system. And this opens and unlocks more functionality within the AI system.
And as an owner, ProppyApp will continuously alert and prompt you with notification of property-related information and insights around your neighborhood, or any other information that you may want to know based on your preference, and some fundamental parameters captured by the system with the geo-tagging feature. This is relevant and useful information that will enable the buyers and seller to take the necessary actions when their criteria for selections is met. Ultimately, ProppyApp will also prompt the homeowner if they would like to diagnose their current mortgages to know if they are paying the mortgage at the right amount. This functionality is crucial because buying a house is one of the biggest financial decisions in our life. And paying mortgage, home loans is also the huge financial commitment. But most people often overlook this very important financial aspect to understand if they are paying the mortgage correctly as part of their personal financial planning.
I think it's time, Vivian, to think this carefully because she's going to be looking into buying new houses soon, right?
Well, we do have
future planning.
We do have a MOP, the mortgage optimization plan, that will not only diagnose your mortgage and home loan repayment efficacy, but will also prompt you to choose from the 3 optimization plan to reduce your home repayment tenor. So imagine saving more than 50% of your mortgage financing interest. Vivian, that will be very interesting to you, right?
Yes,
and if
very much.
And
so.
if you pay according to the mortgage optimization plan on time, then the system, the ProppyApp, will also reward you with Proppy point. Isn't it fantastic?
Yes, very
now
much so.
This feature, right? I think a lot of people they think that it is actually like a new feature. In fact, this feature has been around for a long time. The mortgage optimization plan is not new in the market. This service has been around since 1999, and I think it was more affectionately known as mortgage reduction strategy or service. And I think most of the users of this plan were normally approached by the traditional agents, MRS agents, who would sell the services either as a one-off payment or a retainer service. Now, that was then. Now, the advantage that we have in 2021 is that with the digital revolution, right, it has enabled us now to actually migrate this entire process onto the digital platform. Because the algorithm software that produces this optimization plan is actually a digitally native product. So if you understand the concept of digital native product, means actually right now, if everything is going to be online, if everything's going to be on the internet, this is going to be a very powerful tool as well as a powerful product. All right. This means that we can now move the entire process, and it can be done with just a swipe and a click. Everybody's very used to swiping and clicking, and all you need is just to pay your monthly subscription fee, and you're good to go. So currently, the service is based on a monthly subscription rate of only 1% of your current monthly mortgage home loans repayment amount. So if you are paying, say for example, 1,500, so 1% would be Vivian. What is 1% of 1,500?
15 ringgit.
15
15 ringgit every month, okay?
Yeah.
15 ringgit every month. If you're paying a house for 1,500 right now, you're just paying to get you that optimized amount for you to actually also reduce the total.
50%.
Well, we have options. You have options of either paying 30%, 50%, or 75%. But when we talk about optimize 50%, and I'm going to show you, right? I'm going to show you an example of that as well. A simple illustration. So if we were to say we are buying a house for say 1 million, and we get a 1 million home loan. And most of the time, it will take probably over 25 to 30 years, right, to complete, fully repay everything to the bank, isn't it? So but if after 30 years of monthly repayment plus financing interest that is compounded, right, what we often end up paying is actually more than double than the original cost of the home, and sometimes it's even more than 2 million. So can you imagine? I mean, we just keep paying, sometimes we just say, okay, no choice, that's just the way it is. But actually, you can utilize this MOP, and you'll be able to diagnose and identify the most optimum. The keyword is optimum monthly repayment amount. All right, and we found that a 50% means you pay a little bit extra on your monthly repayment, but actually you cut down your tenure. That means the loan tenure. So from 30 years, you cut down to 15 years. So from that aspect, you actually save the interest repayment. So it's like you save 500,000 simply by managing your home loans and mortgage payback each month consistently. Now, isn't that a fantastic way of saving money, man? All right. But if I'm just going to give you some examples of the current data in the market. Now, the size of our mortgage market is about 37.5 of our total GDP in 2019. So, which is actually up from 22.3% in 2008, which is about 10 years ago. And prior 10 years to that was 13.1. So actually it's growing and growing and growing. Despite the stricter lending guidelines in recent years. What does it mean? Is population is growing, right? So you need homes anyway. So housing loans that is outstanding right now has increased 7.5% year on year to a total of 573.63 billion ringgit to March of 2020. Now, this is according to Bank Negara Malaysia. What does this mean? It means that we are all living saddled by this debt. Now, what if I told you that there's a simpler way to be free of this debt? See, a lot of people don't understand. They said, are you sure? No, are you sure? Imagine using a sickle. That's why I actually put a picture just now of, cutting down trees. Imagine that you can cut down a tree using only a sickle and not those chainsaw.
Chainsaw. Yeah.
That's right. You don't have to use a chainsaw just to cut. You can use a sickle to cut down this big burden. And that is how MOP helps you save money. And if you want to know, come and talk to us more about what the MOP is and how it can really help you.
But the power of the MOP isn't just in the saving of money. Let me tell you more about this. The users and the masters can also be a part of a larger Proppy ambassador community and network. And they'll be rewarded while helping other homeowners save on their mortgage and home loans repayment. I think a lot of other apps might have referral rewards as well. But what is different is that our users will not only be rewarded by referring the app, but they can also make money from a profit sharing model when other users from their referral link subscribes to MOP if they join the Proppy ambassador model. So everybody earns, the subscriber, the referrer, and the user. And this is how we increase our user and subscriber base rapidly.
And organically as well.
Organically. all
Yeah.
from the comfort of our home, even in lockdown, they
That's
can
right.
still earn money. So imagine that. And what I like about this is that our platforms not only provides you with the product to be put on our shelves, but also we have a distribution network which is inbuilt into the system, and that will help line our aisles. And this will not only increase eyeballs, but also increasing click ratios. So this is how it can grow, Ivan was saying, organically and spread like wildfire very quickly.
And also it's with that is how we are able to populate the property listing in the property marketplace. It also allows homeowners to do listing of their properties on the market. So imagine that, why not allowing the homeowner to do so, right? I'm sure this homeowner may be enticed to consider a potential offer when the right price has come in on their plate. So this applies to even to them who are living in their dream home right now, which happens in real life. Sometimes, when a better price and a right price come in front of us, we just take.
Yes, everything is up for sale at the right price, right? And even if you're currently living in your dream home, or if the house has maybe sentimental value to you, maybe because it was an inheritance, or it's the first house you bought with your first boyfriend or husband,
or wife.
Or wife. But well, if someone were to offer you an irresistible price, would you sell it?
Of course. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not, right? And that is why our commercial ethos and belief is that everything is up for sale at the right price. And if everything is up for sale at the right price, then wouldn't it be beneficial for the homeowners to list their homes in a property marketplace? It would even be like always having the latest information of the price of your property. And another unique feature that exists in Proppy is our Proppy Pre-Loved. And it's a listing of pre-loved items that can be sold in the marketplace. I'm sure you know the Marie Kondo approach, right? Or if you heard
You
of
also
it.
watch Marie Kondo, is
Of
it?
course.
Spark Joy. Do you Spark Joy? Yeah, you Spark Joy.
yes.
Definitely Spark Joy.
Wow.
Wow.
Exactly. Oh, thank you. You're complimenting me. Well, and Marie Kondo teaches us, to give sincere thanks, paying respect to an item when we've decided that maybe we will no longer need it or have it in our home, and that will reduce or even eliminate any guilt that we may feel. So I think the best way to do this is to find a new owner for our pre-loved items. Yes. Instead of just disposing them in the garbage dump, right? And probably pre-loved gives homeowners the option of selling and also buying pre-loved items from the comfort of their own homes, like a living showroom. And I'm sure you're aware of this. Known existing platforms are selling used and pre-loved items. They do get bad rap for selling broken and worn out stuff.
I know a couple of sites like that. I think Marketplace in the Facebook when they still sell a lot of complaints about that as well.
Correct, exactly. So well, understandably, used items, pre-loved items, they may not be the best of quality, right? And so in order to maintain positive engagement amongst users, and an integrated review and rating system to rate each user, whether he's a buyer or a seller, this will enhance his endorsement status throughout the property ecosystem, right?
And that's very important.
Exactly.
So actually for us at Proppy, creating a credible trust net is actually one of our main objectives. And in order to create a trust net, we need to ensure that all the users in the system are verified. So once it's verified through our KYC, which is Know Your Customer, so our users will be given a verified status. And then the review and rating system will kick in. Now, this is a very interesting review and rating system that we're going to have. The higher the rating of the user, the more weightage his review and rating will be when they rate the endorse other players in the system, whether it's user or agent. All right. So, which means if an agent or a user that gets rated and endorsed by a high weightage endorser will become a higher rater agent and user, which will then ensure the efficacy of our trust net. And this is a very crucial element that gives users much greater confidence in our system, because actually when we're dealing with property, where it requires a very high credible trust net. No, we're not dealing like Shopee, $100 or thousands or even tens of thousands. Property dealings is in hundreds of thousands and also in millions. I'm sure you will want a verified and highly endorsed agent to deal with you, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, certainly. Let me also share with you why you should be so excited as I am about the property marketplace. This is where our expertise and also magic lies. We have added more self-directed and agent-driven functionality that includes the intelligent guidance that guide them every step of the way. Now, functions like Dream Home Wishlist is a tool that home buyer can put in their required positive and negative filters. By saying negative filters is that those things that do not want, and positive filters is those things that they want into the system. And once they put this requirement in the system, the AI at the back end will generate the right listing that best matches the filters. It will also notify and prompt both the homeowners and the property agents when there is a property listing that fits the request. The AI behind the scene will do the work for you and for the whole ecosystem. And this is true value of the ProppyApp. Now, homeowners themselves will be able to post their own property listing via the self-driven function, and then activate a make an offer option that allows the prospective buyers to state their property points, to activate the check function, and to speak to the homeowners directly. How amazing it is, right?
Exactly. And for property agents as well, it's also the starting point for them, to unlock a complete customer and stock view of homeowners via our e-bulletin boards. Remember when we used to go to 7-Eleven for the neighborhood bulletin boards? And in Proppy, we have 3 e-bulletin boards for the agents to unlock. So we have the Dream Home Wish List board where users can put up features of their dream home. We have the deal spot where homeowners themselves, they will put up their properties for sale, and the grab a guide board. So this is where homeowners can grab a guide to help them to do these property related tasks when they are not available. So this will benefit the agents tremendously, because this will supply them with a ready stock of homes for the agents to sell. And now we will also tilt the balance back to the seller's market. With Proppy, right, agents can anticipate homeowners' needs and deliver more value via the grab a guide function. They can collaborate across agents via our Proppy co-broke platforms, and also really allow them to be much more flexible and adaptable to every changing and growing needs of this highly competitive market. Right.
If you don't mind, Vivian, I wish to highlight
Yes.
the one of the functions here, the grab a guide function, and explain how it works for the agents. Let's say there's a homeowner, okay, and the homeowner wants to sell the house, and require a simple job to be done, like home viewing, but they are under lockdown. So my house is in Penang, I'm in KL, and I'm not around to do it. Obviously, you cannot cross, interstate. So now what they can do is they can post this job onto the get a guide. I call it the GAG, the gag bulletin board, the gag, to gag somebody, to state the job, what they need to be done, where, and then the fee, and then the agents. They can, when they view this bulletin board, then they can grab this job. And this is actually especially useful for newer inexperienced agents. Why? Because it will give them valuable experience, because these are very simple jobs, right?
Yes.
And also they can rack up their endorsement ratings, and this is very important on our platform, right? So the more job you do, the more endorsement you get, then you will move up the rankings and the ratings as well, by taking up this easy job to do offered by homeowners. Ultimately, right?
Exactly.
You can take this opportunity to service both the buyer and seller with all the expenses covered, right? Because it's all paid for, even in the event when the sale between the buyer and seller didn't go through. All right.
Exactly.
So it's amazing, lah.
Yes. Now looking at this, all these additional features and functions that we have in our marketplace, well, I think it is really quite bizarre that anyone would ever want to go back to an older or more archaic version of the marketplace, right? But essentially, this is what the market is used to. And are we happy just to accept this? What the current property tech platforms are doing, they are simply just digitalizing the analog yellow pages listing, right?
So they're just putting something that is actually just
very
putting
traditional,
analog, just put onto the digital platform. That's all.
Yes, exactly, and that's all. So where's the innovation in all that?
Well,
right?
that is what I said. The technology application of technology is very primitive, and just to put simply, just imagine that if we have upgraded our phone to smartphones like iPhones, are you saying that you can go back to the phones at the Stone Age? I will not. I will not go back.
I've never used that on the left.
I used that before. Okay, all right. I used that phones before. Okay, don't lie, Vivian. I don't think you have seen it before, right?
I've never seen it even.
Well, but if given a choice, we won't look back, because our lives just keep moving forward. And when there's technology that can help us, we just keep going. Now, once I've seen the potential of ProppyApp, I feel that in fact we are shortchanged by the so-called PropTech companies that are in the market currently, and yet their valuation and capitalization is so huge.
Yes,
it's quite unbelievable. Don't just look at the I company or P company in the market. The two largest PropTech platform in the world are Baker and Zero. And they are both valued at 77 billion and 34 billion USD respectively in terms of market capitalization. Now, are you telling me that with our technology-driven AI-powered features and also functions in our platforms and infrastructures that we have, we aren't competitive enough to be valued like them, if not more?
Right? And if that still hasn't convinced you of our uniqueness and differentiation, well, let me share with you a next module that will encapsulate all of the property-related peripheral services and merchants that will make Proppy a truly all-in-one super app. I'm sure we all need services to maintain our home, right? Like aircon services, electrical service, water plumbing services, cleaning and maid services, and maybe even pet care services, you name it. There's like an A to Z of services that we will require, right? And the list is not exhaustive. So remember the times when we don't have any online platform for this, we have to ask around for the repairman's phone numbers, Well, I remember just about maybe eight years ago when I started my own business, I have to do everything on my own, fixing things, plumbing, whatsoever. I even climbed on my roof to do an urgent.
Why didn't you ask us? Why didn't you ask me to do for you?
It was urgent. It's all right. I can do it on my own.
You can call up anybody and anybody will just go straight to the house and help you straight away. I can guarantee you that, okay?
Yes. So I went on the roof to fix my air conditioner pump.
But nowadays, never mind.
Yes.
Nowadays we got Proppy.
Nowadays I got PropPierre. Yes, plus when I need those days, right, when I need repairing works or any services, I'll have to ask around. I have to ask my relatives or my friends to see, if they know anyone, for example, like for the air conditioner servicing, and they might not even be good. So when someone else asked me for their contacts, I was reluctant to give them the contact sometimes. So yeah, those were the days, right?
I'll give you my contact number, okay? After this,
Thank
you can use it. I will come straight away.
It's okay. We have Proppy now.
Even you can register on the ProppyApp,
Yeah. I'll register as a merchant now.
Yeah. Well, for merchants and service provider, if you are looking for ways to help you drive your sales and customer and retention and engagement, the ProppyApp is the best partner that you can have, because we provide you with the visibility and reach that is geo-tagged to your specific locality.
So actually, ultimately, when we want to look at this whole entire ecosystem, what Proppy adds value to you is beyond just the obvious mono-layer engagement value of buying and selling. All right. And it's important for us to actually zoom out to the bigger picture. all right, so that you will be able to see the power of Proppy beyond just that simple one layer engagement of buying selling. There's so many more that affects everyone else. You know, you can maximize profits, you can increase your business revenues, you can optimize value, you can save money and make money, you can share economy, and you can become a much better informed buyer as well. So actually, when you look at it, the power of Proppy is really very large in predicting a lot of market trends, obtaining all this information and pricing, and helping buyers to have who have budget constraints and transform the way we all buy, rent, and sell our homes. So the question begs, what are you missing out? And I would like to leave you with these three questions. And let's start off with the first question. Are we happy with the current platforms? Do you agree with me that if you look back into the current property tech platforms that is out there in the market, whether it's the I company or the P company or the B company or the Z company, that they are outdated and they don't even utilize the 5G technology of AI, blockchain, and all this new IR 4.0 plus? Everybody talks about it, but actually, do they really have it? In fact, the property market is the most archaic of all these industries in terms of the technology aspect of it. All right. Second question that I want you to actually think about as well. Do you think that our solutions, now we are not perfect. I'm not going to be the first to say, oh, we are perfect, because we are always growing and we are developing. But the most important thing is that after hearing us, and do you think our features, our functions, our modules, you're utilizing our AI and data analytics, are we changing the property tech landscape? Do you think our solutions can fill the gap? Something to think about, yeah. I don't want to profess to have the answer, but really, if you have, if you do a comparison, you'll be able to look at that as well. And finally, the third and most important question: can it be done? Do we have what it takes to achieve them? I think that's something that you got to think about, isn't it?
Really, three questions that really require our deep thought in it. And in fact, we are not here to recruit, but to offer these opportunities of a lifetime. Every round of funding of this project that is revolutionary do not come often. In fact, many of us wouldn't even come close to be associated with project like this. Yes. And more so to be closely associated with our revolutionary founders team. And I'm privileged to be invited to participate as a co-founder and personally invested as an early round funder as well. And after seeing the tremendous prospect, opportunity, and talent of the team, I am convinced that when we put all our minds and efforts together, we will be able to create a history. And this is Sean. The moment.
Yes. Yeah. And this brings me to the team. Our team is led by our chairman, Tunku Nakiuddin. He is a prominent businessman in Malaysia with royal ties. He was the regent of Negeri Sembilan when his father, Tuanku Jaafar, was the Yang di-Pertuan Agong of Malaysia. And Tunku is an avid investor. He has invested into numerous forward-thinking tech companies in Malaysia and abroad as well, and is currently also the chairman of Anta Healthcare. And he himself, right, is the founder of the Public Listed Companies Association of Malaysia.
But just as a word of caution, I know sometimes I know that whenever we use, or we have those royalty or big names, sometimes it seems like it's like a figurehead, and we're not here to hero worship. Neither are we here to trump on personalities. But actually, I am very honored and I'm blessed to actually get to know Tunku himself. He is a hands-on person. And it is really amazing to see how he, at his age, I think 74, is still really doing everything, on his own. So it's really amazing. But actually, the true strength of our team lies not just in the individual personalities, but also in the alignment towards the ethos, our corporate philosophy that is manifested by our founder, Mr. Lee Wilson. Now, I have personally known Mr. Lee for over 35 years, and I am still amazed at his ability to read future trends, have the foresight to create the architecture and also lay down the blueprint, the entire blueprint for the Proppy ecosystem and the infrastructure of which our systems are based upon. Now, having also personally been involved in some of Wilson's projects, it gives me great confidence, to know that we are able to connect internally and externally to highly credible and capable individuals and tech startups that will serve as the backbone of our project.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ivan. And talking about another founder, Dr. Max, who is my personal friend, that I have been working with him for the past, more than 10 years, where he's also the Chief Technology Officer of ProppyApp. He is the main guy behind the software development, and he has a very good reputation to make sophisticated issues simple with a solution. So with him at the helm, I'm convinced and confident that we are able to deliver what we say we will do.
And let us not forget our team of co-founders, as well as our management team that comes from various corporate backgrounds and pedigree. And all our co-founders are very hands-on in the day-to-day operation as well. So other than Sean and Ivan here, we have overseeing our legal and corporate governance issues, Mr. Will Fang, who is currently serving as the Senior Foreign Counsel with Grendel Law Firm in Beijing. And he's also the present chairman of the Malaysian Chamber of Commerce and Industry in China. And our EXCO member and another co-founder, Dato Sri Willaman, he has over 30 years of corporate advisory and management consultancy work in Asia, Africa, and Europe as well. He is a venture capitalist himself, and his key areas are in the field of startup funding, IPO, and also international investments. So all of us come with our unique experiences and wisdom that makes Proppy special and unique in the world.
We are very ambitious. I am very ambitious. I'm also a very go-getter. I'm a perfectionist in a lot of ways. And our ambition also stems from the fact that we, under the tutelage and guidance and direction of our founders, especially Mr. Lee Wilson, who have been personally involved in the development and growth and implementation of a lot more other incredible and groundbreaking projects and tech startups. Now, these are just some of the projects that he and the rest of the team has been involved in as well. You may not have heard or seen some of these projects yet, but the strength of our network and the depth of our talent reach is that we have an unlimited access to these amazing resources that are creating waves in the true 5G and IR 4.0 technology startup in the world. And this is something which it's not that we are here to trump or this is what we have done. We are very good at that. It's really the fact that these are the things that we are doing already,
Exactly. And our tech team have also been responsible in creating and developing the existing IT systems of our key infrastructures in Malaysia, like the KLIA1 and KLIA2 IT management systems, the Rapid KL Command Center IT system, the North-South Highway AES IT system, and many, many more major national IT development programs. So what we're saying here is that our team is not brought together by chance or by a group of young millennials, jumping on the tech startup bandwagon.
You're talking about yourself, isn't it?
Yes, I'm the only one, probably. So these are seasoned corporate professionals and investors, who bring with them years of experience, even failures and successes, and technical and market know-how, right?
So again, I ask, what will you be missing out? So what now? Other than the obvious opportunity to invest as an early round angel funder, that's pretty obvious. I would say working with these amazing talents, with all of you, with Vivian and of course with Sean, and sharing and learning and growing together. I always say in Mandarin, 我只有一个梦想, which literally means I only have one dream, But I am honored to say here that this dream of mine it's not mine alone. I think it's also Sean's dream. It's also Vivian's dream. And it's also every Proppy who's listening right now. You know, if you're listening right now, or even future Proppies who's listening right now, you know, it's a dream that we want to create something that we can all be proud of. Why must it only be the white, the whites, the Westerners that will be able to create the Teslas, the Apples, you know, and we want to show the world that we, Malaysia, can also achieve greatness. Now, we have big dreams. And who's to say that we shouldn't have big dreams? You know, dreams are meant to be big and audacious. The bigger the dream, the better. The greater the desire, isn't it? And these dreams are meant to be chased. And this is something that我的梦想嘛，是有一个梦想，是有一个梦想，是有一个梦想。
So normally in every project pitch session, there is a call to action. So like I said before, we are not here to recruit, but to share with you a lifetime, a proper opportunity of a lifetime. So the next question should be, where do you want to be next? What is your option and position? So do you want to be a user, or are you ready to be part of the project by becoming ProppyApp? If you are, then do connect with your referrer, the person who has invited you to join this pitch session, to set another session for an interview, so that we can help you to understand your position with Proppy. Now we are already in and moving forward. So when is your turn?
Yes, and imagine a world where you can build your own career from home.
Now imagine a world where your world is at your fingertips.
Imagine a world where your dreams come home, and that is Proppy.
And thank you to all of our special invited guests for listening to us today. We're really honored that you have taken time off your Sunday night to be with us. And do connect with us on our Facebook page, or join us again for our weekly Mandarin pitch session on Saturday, and also our Proppy podcast every Sunday. But next week, we will have a big Proppy podcast week where we will have the final emergence.
Final emergence. Let me warn you, this is going to be final.
Final. So please do come. The final emergence of our founder, Mr. Lee Wilson. He'll be sharing his story and his wisdom with us. So you don't want to miss that.
You don't want to miss that.
Yes. Yeah. No, never.
Right. So if you have any feedback, questions, please get in touch with us. You can stay on after this live session for a quick chit chat, and we will quickly close conversation for tonight. And thank you once again from all of us at Proppy, where dreams come home. And good night.
Ini kalilah.
Ini kalilah.
Well done. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you all.